Have you ever imagined what it would be like to govern an entire kingdom with titanic powers, while still being young? That was the reality of Frieda Reiss, the last holder of the legendary founding titan. Her journey is an epic saga of tragedy, sacrifice, and the constant battle between human will and forces much greater than ourselves. Prepare to be transported to a world of devastating giants, ancient mysteries, and the undying struggle for freedom. This is the story of Frieda Reiss, the Titan Queen whose legacy would forever change the course of humanity. Our journey begins long before the fateful day when everything changed. In the green fields of the cultivated lands within the walls lived a young girl named Historia. Like all children her age, she had no idea of the horrors that existed beyond the huge stone walls that protected them. Her life was simple, but happy, filled with carefree play and the characteristic innocence of childhood. It was on one of those sunny days that Historia received an unexpected visit, her older half-sister, Frieda. Tall, graceful, and with a welcoming smile, Frieda was like a ray of light in Historia's life. She brought gifts, such as fairy tale books, and spent hours teaching Historia to read and imparting valuable life lessons. However, these visits were not mere whims of charity. Frieda carried an immense burden, a legacy that dated back to time immemorial. As the heir to the royal Reiss family, she was the holder of the power of the founding titan, a force so vast and ancient that few truly understood it. With this gift came a great responsibility. Frieda was essentially the ruler of all the people within the walls, and her duty was to protect them from the constant threat of the gigantic titans that roamed beyond the gates. But she also inherited the memories and will of the founder himself, the first to receive these mystical powers, a force so great it threatened to consume her own humanity. It was for this reason that, after each wonderful visit with Historia, Frieda found herself forced to erase her memories. She could not risk her dear sister getting caught in the whirlwind of responsibilities and tragedies that came with the throne. So, with tears in her eyes, she used her powers to erase every precious moment they had shared, promising to return soon. Years passed, and the burden on Frieda's shoulders only grew. While she cultivated a reputation as a kind and compassionate queen, inside she struggled against the voices of the founding kings who had come before her. Their conflicting wills and opinions on peace, conflict, and the fate of humanity threatened to consume her. Everything came to a head on a fateful day when a man named Grisha Jaeger invaded the royal family's sanctuary. Desperate, he begged Frieda to use her power to save humanity from the titans that had just invaded and devastated his hometown. For a brief moment, Frieda seemed willing to agree, her heart longing to end the suffering of her people. But then, the voices of the past kings manifested, forcing her to change her mind. She recited the ancient belief that humanity within the walls must remain imprisoned, protected from the outside world at all costs. The discussion quickly turned into a confrontation when Grisha revealed he possessed the Attack Titan, one of the 9 formidable titans. Desperate to save humanity, he transformed into a colossus of flesh and bone, forcing Frieda to do the same. What followed was an epic battle between 2 gigantic titans, shaking the very foundations of the earth. Despite all her power, Frieda was unable to fully master the abilities of the founding titan. She was a novice in war, while Grisha was a veteran hardened by the most brutal fights. With precise movements and unwavering determination, he subdued and devoured her, thus absorbing the ancient powers she carried. Frieda's fate was tragic, no doubt, but her legacy continued. Through Grisha and, later, his adopted son Aaron Jaeger, Frieda's memories and will continue to shape the course of events long after her death. Her conflicting ideals about peace and freedom passed from one generation to the next, echoing through the centuries as a disturbing reminder of the price of humanity for its extraordinary gifts. And so, as we traverse the epic arc of the war against the Titans, we can't help but wonder, was Frieda a tragic martyr, a victim of forces much greater than herself? Or was she the true villain, her indecision and weakness condemning thousands to destruction? Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, a reminder that even the greatest powers bring complex dilemmas and sacrifices. One thing is certain, the name of Frieda Reiss will never be forgotten. She may have been the last of her lineage, but her spirit will live on forever through those who inherited her mantle, for better or for worse. And that's where the true mystery lies in the end, who really rules the world of the Titans.